If you think Terrifier 3 was disturbing, wait till you get a load of these 5 movies. I think it's safe to say that Terrifier 3 has been one of the most disturbing movies that we've seen in a long time. Not only was it disturbing, it was disgusting as well. So, this list that I'm going to give you today consists of 5 movies. They're not all disgusting films, they are more disturbing than they are disgusting. Some of these films tackle themes like trauma, existential dread, violence, and moral ambiguity. So, even though I'm recommending these films to you guys, I would definitely approach these with some caution and maybe consider researching their themes beforehand if you're sensitive to graphic content or emotional distress. But if you can handle Terrifier 3, then maybe you can handle these. First up, we've got the Green Inferno from 2013, directed by Eli Roth. This one's possibly the most violent film on this list. The rest of them are more disturbing. This one's more on the disgusting side, but it is disturbing as well because it's about these group of activists that crash their plane into the jungle in a place where they're trying to save the people. They want to keep all the indigenous people the way they are and save the trees, save the planet. But in crashing their plane into this place, they're now the victims of the people that they're trying to save. It is like a loose remake of the original Green Inferno, Cannibal Holocaust, Cannibal Ferox, but this one feels more realistic because it's more up to date and they use a lot better practical effects. And the effects that they use in this one is very disturbing. Next up, we've got Eden Lake from 2008. Now, there are some graphic moments in this movie that make you wince and want to look away, but it's more of a disturbing storyline because it shows the culture of some of the people here in the UK. And it's not only these kids that are a problem in this country and a problem in the movie, but you quickly find out later on in the film that it's not just the kids that are the problem, it's the parents that are the ultimate problem. Mix that in with some great acting from Kelly Riley and Michael Fassbender. I think this movie is a very fast-paced movie as well, but again, it has got that very disturbing undertone to it. Next on the list, we've got Speak No Evil from 2022. I honestly wouldn't have watched this movie if it weren't for the remake, and I always champion remakes because whether they're good or bad, whether you like them or not, sometimes a remake will make you go back and watch the original, whether you've seen it or not. And thanks to the remake from 2024, I went and watched the 2022 original and I loved it, but it's a very bleak and disturbing movie. I've got kids myself, so some of the scenes involving the child in this film was very disturbing. I think if you don't have kids, I'm not saying you won't have a heart. If you don't have kids, you might have a different feeling towards these types of movies. But with kids involved and with the acts that are played out, at the end of this movie, I was completely gobsmacked. Next up, we have Hounds of Love from 2016. This one's about a girl called Vicky who's randomly abducted in a suburban street in Australia. It's a true story as well, which makes it even more disturbing. She's taken in by this couple who are disturbed, mentally disturbed. They're in love with each other, the couple, but they've also got their problems as well, and they abuse this girl for a long time. And the film's just about her trying to get out of there, trying to manipulate this couple against each other to give her a chance of survival. Not only is this film disturbing, it's one of those ones where you're on the edge of your seat for most of the movie because there are some scenes where you think she's going to escape, and then she gets pulled back in again. It happens time and time again throughout the movie. So you're not only are you disturbed, you are definitely on the edge of your seat. Last on the list is Nitram from 2021, possibly the most tragic movie on this list. It is the true story of the killer Martin Bryant, who is notorious, of course, of what he'd done in the Port Arthur massacre. Now, this film isn't dealing with the Port Arthur massacre, thankfully, because that was horrendous. This deals with the lead up to what Martin Bryant done and how his mental state was from the beginning. Now, the movie doesn't give him excuses for doing what he does. It doesn't paint him as this nice person. It does show him as this disturbed mental person who's going through a lot in his life. And again, it doesn't give those excuses, but you are very angry throughout the movie saying, this could have been stopped then, it could have been stopped then, somebody could have said this and that, and nobody stands up, not even his parents stand up to say you're doing something wrong. we need to get you help. Everybody just brushes over it to the point it gets to the boiling point, to the end of the film when he's about to commit that crime. So guys, for me, these films are more disturbing than a film like Terrifier 3. I think Terrifier 3 is more disgusting than disturbing, like I said, but I still think Terrifier 3 is a disturbing movie, especially the beginning of the film when he's obviously killing the family. You get children involved as well. Those are the scenes for me that are disturbing. When it's involving families, children, mental states, that's what disturbs me in a film. The disgusting parts of a film like Terrifier 3 obviously helps. And in some of these films that I've mentioned, there are some disgusting moments. But if you're looking for disturbing movies that are more disturbing than Terrifier 3, then check out these 5. So if you've seen any of these movies, guys, let me know what you thought of them. But if there are any other disturbing movies that I haven't mentioned, leave those recommendations down below and we'll maybe check them out. And as always, thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I'll see you soon.
Meeting adjourned.
I'll be right back.
What are you waiting for, huh?
Coming to get you, Barbara.
Ever played Skin the Cat?
Someone's in the back!